surprise, I decided to do a September video after all. As you'll probably notice as you watch it, it was filmed in different places as I carried a backpack full of stuff across Cannes, trying to find somewhere good to film this video. Most of it was filmed inside a cafe, like underground practically, with no natural lighting, so I tried my best to fix it, but if it is a little dark still or the shadows are weird, that's why. So yeah, I made a video because first of all, I wanted to kind of check in and talk about how things have been going now that I am more settled in than I was, if not completely, in Cannes, France, on the Côte d'Azur, which is very, very different from the Twin Cities in Minnesota, but still good. But of course, I also didn't want to break the chain of making a video every month that I've been able to keep up since I started making these. I think that one of the next items on my agenda is to find some kind of art store or stationery place. I don't know. That's the problem, is that I can't search for something that I don't know like what they have here. As far as a place where I could buy a refill for my Tombow tape dispenser, which I didn't realize how frequently I used until I came here to Cannes and realized I was running low on the one unit of it that I'd brought with me. And it would be good to get some other paper too. The paper that you see here is apparently what French kids learn to write with. I heard, I think from my professor, so she's probably right, that this is something that they use to learn cursive, which they learn before they learn how to print. And you can kind of see that it's got all those little lines in the middle of the grid spacing so that you can, make your curves and edges and points at certain places in the area. In the grid, on the line, I don't know. But regardless, I was able to kind of put it to use for my own purposes and use that grid to draw out a calendar, just because I thought it would be fun in a way of incorporating, obviously, being here in France into what my journal looks like. Yeah. It is super, super hot here, which I don't really, I don't do very well in the heat. It just, I would prefer to be excessively cold than excessively hot. So that's taken some getting used to, especially since the dorms here don't have air conditioning. And the buses are just packed, usually with people, and everything's hot, and it's been a little bit tough to adjust to since I like my air conditioning. But we did have a big thunderstorm last night, so today has been a little cooler than the previous days. It's 66 degrees, which is almost 70, but not quite, and not nearly as bad as the 80s. One of the biggest changes about being here instead of in Minnesota, or just America in general, obviously, is that the people all speak French, and it's been working, but it's tough to spend all day thinking in a different language and feeling like your words can't keep up with your thoughts or your intentions. Like you can't, I don't know. I mean, I guess I shouldn't say you. I, personally, speaking for myself, can't express myself as fully in this language that isn't my native language, and that I have just become immersed in. Yeah, it's been good to come into Ken at this time of year because it is like tourist season still for a while longer, and I don't like a lot of the people in town are willing to switch to English if you're having a really tough time understanding them, because there are so many tourists that come here from English-speaking countries. Yeah. So I added in a lot of yellows and grays and pinks, or like reds, like that coral color there that I did with the washi tape on top of the picture with the windows, just to kind of reflect how like bright and hot it is here right now, so that I can look back on that and be like, oh. But so far, other than the heat, this has been a really wonderful experience. I'm only like 2-ish weeks in so far, so I know I can't speak to it that much yet. And I have like so many more things that are going to happen and that I'm going to see before I leave. But, you know, so far it is what it is. I love the other people in my program that I traveled with. We were fortunate enough to be able to do a lot of pre-travel, like bonding and goal setting and whatever, so I already get to be really close with them, even like 2 weeks in having gotten here. It's funny, I feel like this like trip to Cannes and doing all these new things for the first time was like what it was supposed to be when I started college, like just regular college, not study abroad. You get it. Because this was an experience that like I chose and I really wanted to do and be a part of, and you know, travel to the sea and take new classes and learn new things and be somewhere, be not totally independent, obviously, because financially for me that would be impossible because I'm an American student and we're poor. But it feels like what was supposed to happen then. When I started regular college, I was in a terrible place, having finished just an excruciating time in high school with, like, I was probably like what the term is, clinical burnout. I was clinically burned out, I think. and then I was supposed to start this new thing and work hard and do all this stuff, and I was just like dead inside. I didn't want to do any of it. But this time it was still hard, but I was ready, and that made all the difference. So I've been able to like enjoy it for what it is instead of feeling like it was something forced upon me, like college was. Yeah, so I'm actually doing okay, which is weird. I still miss my family a lot, and my dog especially, because if you saw my last video, the like pre-traveling vlog about me getting all my stuff ready, I was like talking to Cora, and I was like, I hope you understand FaceTime when I leave, but she doesn't get it. So I really miss her, because I can't even like interact with her. Not like you can talk to your dog, you know, but like, you know, you can just like and like, you know, kind of coo with them, and then they'll like snuggle with you, and it's great, except for not when you're thousands of miles away. Then it's hard. But I've been talking to my family a lot and talking to the people here a lot, and being probably more social than I've ever been in the past, like, whatever, since high school started, which has been super cool. Super exhausting, but super cool. Yeah, it's been hard to kind of balance my, like, desire to make the most of this experience with my introvert needs. But I think I've been getting better at it. I'm trying to, at some point this week or weekend, find a time when I can like just go into town alone and make the most of that independence by being able to like go places alone. My friends here are great, but I also want to feel like I can kind of conquer that stuff on my own. Yeah. What else? I like that quote that I wrote in the little speech bubble at the bottom, to trust in the magic of new beginnings. Because going somewhere for, you know, this kind of a time where you can't really totally move in, but you can't hang on to like the way that things are at home either. It just means that you have to kind of give yourself over to it. Yeah, no, I think that's exactly what I mean. And I'm surprised I was able to get the words out. Over on the left there, you will see my reading list is on that same like special kind of note paper. I'm trying to do this Harry Potter read-along with a group of bullet journal friends on Instagram, and I'm incredibly behind because I couldn't log into my Audible account that I use and get the audiobooks, because that's how I'm going to read them. Because I was in France and they were like, what the heck, you're obviously not this person because that person lives there. And I was like, no, it is me, but I couldn't log on, and I had to get like stuff sent to my email, and it was a big process. So long story short, I'm going to be trying to read the first 4 Harry Potter books this September. Also, I apologize if my imagery isn't as fall-oriented as you would come to expect from a September video, but that is just not what my life looks like right now. It looks like this year I'm just going to miss autumn completely, because it doesn't get very cold here. It only gets down to like 50-degree days, which, being from Minnesota, is like just not very cold at all. But then it'll be Christmas and I'll go home and it'll be like, 0 degrees. So I won't really get a fall this year, but I'm getting something else, so it's okay. But it is weird to do a September setup and have it be like, it's 80 degrees out kind of vibes. But that's authentic to my experience, and I like to kind of record things with visual elements as well as writing about them. Yeah. So far we're doing okay. We'll see how it goes. But I guess thank you for watching this. If you did, I don't know if anybody will, because I know it is well past when I usually post a new video for the month, but c'est la vie. I hope your guys' lives are all going wonderfully. I'm doing good. I'll almost for sure make an October video too. So, yeah. Thank you for watching. I will put links in the description, and I will see you in October, if not before.